Greetings, Game Master Player, with another Dungeon Master vlog. Now, I want to apologize to my players, and first, if they're watching this or when they watch this, I've learned recently, I've come back from Gen Con, I did the Iron GM, I competed in Iron GM, and I learned something that was very important that I've kind of walked away from. I've been focusing on making my game, this fantastic story, this awesomely great experience and memory, and I've unfortunately gotten a little bit away from the point of the game, which is for everybody to have fun. So I've been focusing too much on the story. I've been focusing too much on that kind of stuff. I haven't been focusing enough. I need to focus more on the characters. I need to focus more on and just like what the characters want, the players want for their characters, and that's really what I need to do. So I slipped up. I messed up. So now I gotta fix it. I'm going to fix it. Not to quote a friend of mine, they say, "I've got this. I can fix it." But I can't. This is something I know I can take care of. So the story stuff that I have in place right now is going to stay. Now I need to make the game a little more fast-paced. I think I'm going to focus on using instead of doing story elements, I'm going to go outside my little bubble and box of happiness and joy and take a walk on the wild side. No, it's not what you think. I'm going to take some of my story elements and I'm going to write them down in handouts, in player handouts, so that way I can still get my story in at the same time the players can read it at their leisure and they get to keep it, so they don't have to take notes. So that's going to hopefully make things a lot easier for me and for my players, because we play at an awful time. We play really, really late at night. So, and that makes it difficult too, because here we are playing at 11 o'clock at night. Everyone's tired, no one can focus on the story elements. So, starting now, as of right now, I'm going to focus on more of let's have some loot and combat and funny character NPC interactions and stuff like that. That's what I'm shooting for now. That's what I'm going for now. So, wow, it's a big change. It's going to be a big change. I've been focusing too much on story. So, tack with it. Don't care about it. I'm going to treat it like I should have done it. Should have treated it before. I just need to, make character names, write them down, make NPC names, write them down, have interactions, and run with it. That's it. That's it. No crazy anything else. And just keep my outline in the background, and then if there's a particular story piece I really, really want to tell, I'll do it in a handout. I'll do it in, here's, you find this in the tome, and hand them some papers. And that's what I'm gonna have to do. That's really all I'm gonna end up doing. So I'll see what I can pull off. That's yeah. But so far the players, because the players are progressing quite slowly, unfortunately. Combat has been not fast enough. I do get to remedy some of it because they did find some loot, and in the last game, and I'm going to stand it out for them and make it kind of cool and interesting. And I'm going to start. So I kind of started, and I just have to pick up and run with it some more. So what's going to happen is that all the items that they found in the last game, I'm going to digitize it. So because I've got a couple of players that might not be playing with us locally, they might be online playing. So I have to make sure they can get it. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up digitize some stuff, and I'm going to start making handouts, make it more like a handout game where they find an item, here's the item, they find this information, here's the information, and just do it that way. I think that might be the best way to go. And then just keep the games as quick, fast, and loose as I can, and have a good time with it. That's really what I need to do. Now, unfortunately, for my players, and if you're watching this, I can't do that with D&D, with Dungeons & Dragons, because encounter levels, I'm not good enough with character encounter levels to be able to adjust it on the fly, and I'm not as good with stats to be able to pick stuff off the cuff on the fly. So that makes it very difficult for me to keep the game fast-paced, interesting, that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the Mook idea, I think, and start using more low-level nobodies to fight the players. hate being wishy-washy on this kind of stuff. My players need to voice better opinions on the game. That's always been an issue, and I've always tried to tell the players what they need to do to step up and do more to, that kind of stuff. And I've got a player right now that's refusing to fight in combat, and she has to realize that, I'm kind of pointing fingers out. She has to realize that as a member of the party, she works against the group in the fact that the group has to have a challenge rating, and she counts towards that challenge rating because she may not be fighting, but she still can buff them and heal them and cast spells. That's still part of the team. But for her to sit and do nothing because she refuses to pick up a weapon, she doesn't have the spells, the capability to cast spells nonstop, not even cantrips. So, in all honesty, her character either needs to be respect. If you want to do it like as a video game idea, she needs to alter her character to fit more of what she wants to do with what the party needs her to do, or she's going to come up with a new character. Or, maybe her character is just not a focus on the game. Maybe we can go to primary and secondary characters. Maybe people want that. I can always come up with that approach. We'll have primary and secondary characters. When secondary characters are not as available, they don't have to be as focused, they don't have to be as Johnny on the spot. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just frustrating because she made a great character. It doesn't fit in the game. It doesn't fit in the classic fantasy setting. She wants to be carried everywhere because she's a gnome. So she wants to be carried everywhere because she's so small and she doesn't run as quickly and all these other things. And quite honestly, you should have thought about that when you made the character. And a lot of other people are going to agree with me on this one. Should have thought about that when you made the character. And I've worked around it the best I can. I've given the group enough to that, like for example, very few monsters and creatures so far that they've encountered can outrun her. I've done what I can to accommodate all the players, basically, as many of the players as I could. But the fact that you're still a gnome, you made a small character, and you made a small character on purpose. You made I don't want to say a limited character, but you made a character that had certain set boundaries. Work with the boundaries. You're going to have to. That's how it works. If you got to run everywhere, then you got to run everywhere. You're going to get tired. Ride on the cart, ride on the wagon, that kind of stuff. So, or find an alternative. Find another way for transport or for travel if you can't walk. So, and have it not be a player character. Get a mount. Ride on like a war dog or something. Whatever. That's going to help. And there's people in the party that can help you get that war dog. So I got to sit down and talk to all my players, and we're going to have to go through another serious round of discussions. And I think in lieu of running a game this Saturday, which is off schedule, may I add, I think I'm going to just sit down and talk to the players and work out some details. And, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to run this weekend. I thought about it. I'm not going to run. I know I'm not ready for it. I've got to change the way I run my game. So I got to refocus, and I haven't had time to do that. So I'm usually Johnny on the spot on stuff, and I can be. Like I said, I can be. It's just in this case, I don't want to screw it up. So I need a little bit more time to readjust how I'm running and readjust how things are going, and then I'll be able to run more quickly and I can be better prepared. So I'm just not as prepared as it's because I don't know the system well enough. I wish I did. It's a new system, and it's fast and easy, but I don't have all the monsters memorized. I don't have, I didn't grow up with Dungeons and Dragons. Some of my friends used to, and other people have, and I could read the book cover to cover, and I probably will, the monster manual and stuff like that. I've read a lot of monsters, and I've read a lot of it. I've read a lot of the books, sections of the books, but there's still sections I haven't read yet at all. So, because I don't have the time. I'm really sorry, everybody. I just don't have the time. So, the two things I'm going to do is I want to tell this story. I want to open this stuff up, and then I think I'm going to fast track the story a little bit in some areas. And then what's going to turn into is I'm going to hand it off. I'm going to hand off Dungeons & Dragons. I'm going to say somebody else wants to play. Sweet. That's what you're going to do. Somebody else can play, right? That would be probably the easiest way to run it. that means I can make it into a game that, you know, other people can pick up and run an adventure here and there, cut their teeth on some Dungeons and Dragons with characters that they're familiar with and players that they're familiar with, and, you know, so they can, you know, I think that's kind of a good idea. And focus on what I do better. So, and game systems I know better. So, you know, I don't mind Dungeons and Dragons. It's the issue I've always had has been the challenge rating. The challenge rating has always been a complication for me because, you know, I want to just throw some monsters. I can't just throw these monsters and call it a day. I have to, you know, calculate and make sure I'm not overpowering the players, and, you know, there's a lot involved with it. It's very complicated, and a lot of games are that way. I hate to say it, a lot of games are like that. A lot of games have, you know, issues with the ability to be able to quickly throw characters together, and, you know, and there's some formula to make the encounter correct, you know, whatever it might be. So, you know, I don't know. Something else I gotta work on. Let's just put it that way. It's something else I gotta work on. So it's something to focus for me to focus on. So I'm gonna learn the system a little bit better. I'm gonna work with the system a little bit better. I am gonna become more familiar with it because my kids are gonna start playing. They're gonna start playing Pathfinder, which is gonna stink in some ways because it's a different system. But I also have Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to try to convert what I can from Pathfinder to Dungeons and Dragons. Show them that they're two separate games that are similar, that they can learn both of them. Yeah, and just take it from there. So, and maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I'm hoping to get everybody on point with this, and on point. Man, I'm too corporate. I got to knock that off. I'm going to get everyone on the same page, and we're going to sit down. We're going to chat. We're going to do what we can to make it a fantastic game, you know, because we all need to have fun, and I think that's what I'm going to focus on, is we need to sit down and talk about it and fix it, right? So again, thank everyone for watching my video. It's going to be a fun next video when it comes up, because I'll have some, well, I'll tell you what I talked about. So, okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.